Back
Yeah.
for another intro of shit.
Hello. Shits and giggles. Shits and giggles.
Yeah, it's definitely shits and giggles, 100%.
Go. Shits and giggles. We can get into it today. So just a reminder, we are here for my therapeutic purposes, not for your entertainment. But if you so happen to be entertained by this, then it's a win-win for everyone. And to anyone that I have not yet offended, please be patient. I will get to you shortly. So it's been a little bit. What's going on?
Yeah, quite a few things going on. I just got certified for my first aid again, and that was pretty cool. I think I've been getting certified for first aid since I was in grade 8 because of the Army cadets. Army cadets used to make you do the St. John's thing. So, anyways, got my first aid again. Um, Happy about my Steelers. We actually have a quarterback. Although he's on his way out, I still take him over all the other pylons that we had on our team before. So shout out to Russell Wilson and Sierra. Woo! We actually have a quarterback
I'm
now.
happy for us. I'm happy for us because I mean, I think this is the best team he signed with since he left Seattle.
Well,
I
he's
don't think
only
that
signed
Denver
with.
was a good with Denver, but I don't think Denver was a good fit for him. But I think
Agreed.
that I think he'll do much better in Pittsburgh. Got more weapons, and he's got an amazing head coach. Amazing head coach. So I think it'll be good for him. I think it's a good fit for him. We'll see how it
Agreed.
goes. I don't think that you can do worse than you did last year. Not that you had a bad season, but I mean with Russell Wilson, I don't think it's you can only go up from here. You know what I mean? So I think it'll
Listen,
be better for you.
even if Russell has a shit season like he did last year, the team would still do probably around the same as we did this year or as we did last year, based on
Right.
the stats and based on everything that happened. But anyways, happy that went down. Just got some news that I don't know if you guys are Power fans, but Power Book 2 Ghost, this will be its final season. So it's going to be season 4. It's going to be his final season. There's supposed to be 2 parts to it. Gonna be sad to see it go, but I mean, other things are on the horizon. They're gonna do a prequel to Ghost and Tommy, so that should be pretty cool to watch as well too. But it's the final season of Ghost Power Book 2.
Okay. When you say two-part season, I mean it's usually a two-part season. So are they adding more episodes? Do you know? Because
I'm
it's
not
usually how
100%
they have
certain.
the little hiatus in between, right? They think it's like there's like a mid-season finale, and then there's like a couple months hiatus, and then they come back and complete
Mhm.
the season. So that's what they've been doing. So I don't expect them to do anything differently. But I'm wondering if they're going to add more episodes or make episodes longer, right?
That I'm not 100% sure. I'm just telling you what I read.
Yeah.
That's how. That's
I
what,
don't
I'm
expect
just.
you.
I'm
I
just.
know. I know.
This is just
You don't work
verbatim.
for
This
stars.
is totally.
You don't have connects with 50. So I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
ask
no.
questions that you
This
can't
is
answer. But
no. But
I just
I
wasn't
did.
sure if you were
Hold
privy to that
on.
information.
No, one thing that I did find funny is Michael Rennie Jr. Posted he's in shock, doesn't know how this happened, and 50's classic response was, "Little boy needs to answer his phone."
Hmm? I didn't see
True,
that.
true 50 style.
Yeah. Yeah. We know how he gets.
So fun times. What about yourself? How have you been?
Oh man, it's been a hectic week, man. But at the same time, it's been a roller coaster week, right? So between my car, I just picked up my car from the mechanic today. Between my car and some other shit, like it's been crazy. But then at the same time,
Vaseline
there
or
have
no
been stuff.
Vaseline?
There have been stuff that's been going on with me. Got a problem. You got a problem. No Vaseline. No Vaseline. We don't do that over here. Fine. We won't even listen. Don't even get me started on that shit. 'Cause we could go off on a tangent on that. We could talk about what people be into nowadays because it's not cute, right? And to each his own. But we don't do that here on Too Opinionated, right? A lot of shit that people be into, we don't do that over here. We're not nasty. We're not nasty. We're not into nasty shit. So I find that, like, for example, they're normalizing ass eating. And I don't know what part of ass eating became good. Um, appealing, you know, for the either for the person who's doing it or for the person that's having it done. I guess once you've discovered it, I guess if it feels good, you like it, you continue it. But for me, like, don't touch my ass. Like, you can
Hey,
squeeze my butt cheeks and shit. You can squeeze my butt cheeks and shit, but don't touch my anus. Okay? My anus is off limits. My ass is for exit only, and I'll just leave it at that.
well, you know what? This modern day or this liberation thing, and I'm not for or whatever. Everybody, as you said, to each his own. So I'm not down. But there is a lot of people that'll fight you to the grave, that'll tell you it's the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm like, well, I'll stick with sliced bread because I think that invention was good enough for me. Right? So in terms of that, I'm like, as you said, to each his own.
If that's your thing, how about it?
But here's the thing is, we're just not sharing a water bottle if we're playing sports together. That's
correct.
Okay. Even if you're spraying it in your mouth, we're still not sharing. I'm good on all that. So
and that's the thing. I'm single, so I'm like, I'm at a point where, like, I don't even know if I want to kiss anybody. I already had an issue with kissing before all of this, right? I've always had a thing where I don't really like kissing. I'm always nervous to kiss somebody the first time because I don't like kissing. So if I do kiss you and you're a good kisser, then we're okay, right? But now I don't even know if I want to kiss anybody. Because where has your mouth been? I already had to worry about where your mouth was before ass eating became a regular thing, right?
But you do know
now
people.
like,
you do know people supposedly brush their teeth and use mouthwash after the fact. Just saying.
That's not enough for me. That's not enough for me, right? Like, and the thing is, like, and you don't know. You don't know because people be running around here acting like there's something that they're not. So you don't know, right? Trust me, you don't know. So with that being said, some things that I've been in my feelings about or like wondering about and stuff. Some really hard truths have come to me this week that have been very liberating. Very liberating. So I feel great. So to answer your question, although it's been an up and down week, I feel great. My energy's up. I feel better than I have in quite a long time. Quite a long time. So, even with the car issues, like, I thought my car was going to be, but we're good. God is good, and I'm grateful.
Amen to that.
Grateful.
Definitely have to give thanks, 100%.
Absolutely, always.
Anything else? Anything else happen in your fun-filled week?
I did karaoke a couple times this week. I actually recorded in the studio for the first time this week. Right.
Congrats.
So, being that I'm a very shy person, I'm outgoing, but I'm shy. Naturally,
you shy.
I am extremely shy.
You shy? Yeah.
What it is, I don't like to be the center of attention, right? I don't mind like, being in this group of people and having attention from this group of people, but I don't want to be the center of attention where like all eyes are on me, right?
Says the girl that goes in the middle of the dance for dancing. Sorry, I just have to say it out loud.
In the what? I do what?
You demo her what I said. Don't get all like you lost your voice. We know you can sing. So don't get all shy on me now after I said what I said.
Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. Because, I grew up in a house where my dad said I was tone deaf and he banned me from singing in the house and stuff because I've always loved to sing. I have a voice. It's not a trained voice. I don't know how to use it. So that's something that I'm learning now. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. And, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have been here had I not been pushed to sing at karaoke. And I've fallen in love with karaoke. I love it. I love doing it. I love being there. I love the ambiance. I love the vibe, and I've gone to karaoke at different spots all over the GTA, right? So I have spots I have DJs that I like more than others. There's spots that I like more than others. So it depends. But it's fun. It's fun. I've been having fun with it. Something different to do, But the studio session I was nervous because it was my first time doing it, but it went well. And I learned a lot in that one little session and I'm going back and yeah, it's a fun project. It's a fun project. And I wouldn't be here if I wasn't pushed to sing at karaoke. So shout out to P. Diddy. Anyhow, what you got going on?
I don't know. I had a little bit more time on my hands to do some reading. So as I was scrolling through on the World Wide Web, BBC had an article on Justin Trudeau, and it kind of reads, Canada's Justin Trudeau thinks daily about leaving his crazy job. And I sat there and I scratched my head for a second. Hold on. Mother effer, the job wasn't crazy until you took it. You effed it up. And now it's crazy because you're the one that screwed it up. And you know what? Anybody that voted for this guy, I thoroughly feel sorry for your allegiance with lackluster,
you have
less
an
than
unhealthy
smart.
allegiance to losers.
Well, he won, so I can't even call him a loser. Dude actually won the election. He is a loser in that regard.
He won the election, but look at the state of the country since he's been in power, right? Look at the state of the country. This is the only country that's doing certain things that, like, don't even get me started, man, because I didn't want to.
No. I want to get you started because you know what? This is something I feel really strongly about. I mean, This was an idiot. This was an idiot that literally said, so ladies and gents, or individuals, whoever you are, before I get into my rant, I'm just going to tell you this. I'm neither for or against vaccine. I believe to each his own. You should have your own medical choice in your own hands. However, this dipshit, dickhead, asswipe, whatever you want to call him, although he's the prime minister, he's the biggest idiot ever. So because I chose not to get vaccinated, I'm a misogynist, I'm an idiot, I'm a racist, extremist. I'm a racist, I'm an extremist, I'm an anti-vax. Now, okay, so let's face this. How can I be anti-vax if I've taken all my vaccinations up until you decided to put this, not a vaccine, this flu shot that you want to stick into people's arms? How can I be an anti-vaxxer? Anyways, I'm just saying, you know what? Just with him saying he wants to leave this crazy job, dickhead, you're the reason why the job got crazy, right? You're the whole reason why the job got crazy.
Just go. Because, I mean, how am I an anti-vaxxer when I'm clumsy as shit and I'm getting a tetanus shot every 2.5 years?
Yeah, because you're an anti-vaxxer.
Because I'm an anti-vaxxer.
Damn idiot. Anyways.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, no, but it's not even just that. Like, now you've touched on something because you opened up this can of worms, boy, let me tell you. This thing with the Supreme Court talking about sexual assault victims and how it's problematic to refer to female sexual assault victims as women. So they're just going to go ahead and call them persons with vaginas. Excuse me, why is everybody else allowed to identify by what they want to identify by and I can't? I am a woman. I am a natural woman, and that's not hate speech. It is what it is. And one thing every one of us have in common is that we all came out of a natural woman, one way or another. Whether we were cut out of the belly or we came through the pussy, we all came out of natural women. So don't try and tell me that I am wrong for referring to myself as such. I am not a bleeder. I'm not a chest feeder, okay? Because I've never chest fed anybody. I don't have no kids, okay? And I don't want to be classified by the issue that I have every month that I didn't friggin' ask for. And to further that, for those of you who think, oh, well, just because I wasn't born a woman, listen, you don't ask for that shit. Any of us who actually go through that would not wish that on another living soul. So for you to sit there and wish that upon yourself, you have no clue what it's like. You have no clue what it's like. And if you're offended by facts, then hit me up. Hit me up. We can go toe to toe. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. And I'm not going to back down because this is how I feel. I am too opinionated. And if you're offended, like I said, we were going to get to you. We were going to get to you anyways. Right? So that's that on that. I am a woman and I will not identify as anything other than that. I am a woman. Thank you.
that seemed real heated, but I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we got some issues to discuss, right?
Yeah, we certainly do. So I had this thing that I wanted to. This is my theme. Are you my friend? And I don't mean that like in a childlike way. I mean legit. Are you my friend? So I pose this question to a few people. If I'm your friend, so you and I are friends, and I live outside the city, and I don't see you unless I'm in the city or I'm in your city, and you drive by my house and you tell me, hey, I'm in your city and I'm driving by your house. What's up? And I respond to you, hey, let's meet up. And you ghost until you go back to your home city. How do you consider yourself a friend? At least, wouldn't you respond and say, hey, I can't really stop, or something's on the go? So my question is, what is the motive? Why even bother tell the
Why
person?
bother tell me that you're here?
Why bother tell me that you're
Tell
here?
me that you're here.
And then the fact of the matter is, most people that say what's up usually want to know what you're doing. So you explain, what are you doing? So I have to ask that question, are you my friend? In all honesty, I don't give two shits. You know me as a person, I can care less whether I have friends, don't have friends. I'll attract the right people that I need to attract. So will I lose sleep over this? Will they lose sleep over this? Probably not. And I really don't give two shits. But the reality is, these are the same people that'll go online and they'll be on your social media. This is my best friend. This is my real friend. I'm like, we ain't friends. You ain't no friend of mine, right?
I think people throw that word around too loosely, right? Because they hang out with somebody, or because they drink with somebody, or because they smoke with somebody, whatever, right? You meet up at the bar once a week, whatever. People use that's my friend, that's my friend, that's my friend, right? You ain't my friend until we've been through some shit together, so I can see like where your loyalty lies, or that you have my back, right? Or you see that I have yours. You know what I mean? Until we've been through some shit where I can see some friendship, I can't label you as my friend. You're my buddy, right? You're someone I hang out with.
But you know what?
Cool.
I could also say, because some people think they get carte blanche because they've known you for a long time. So there is some people where legit you have gone through some stuff, but that relationship and the dynamics have changed over the years. So that level of whatever type of relationship it is not there. So you're no longer friends in that regard. You're more acquaintances, but they still want to use the moniker as friends when it's convenient.
Yep.
Right.
Because they don't know what a real friend is. That's why, though, because they don't know the definition of a true friend. Right. Just because you see me hanging out with somebody, I'm smiling with them, or I'm drinking with them, or whatever, got my arm around them. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, that does not mean you're my friend. That does not mean
100%. 100%.
I get that. Because if I'm the person, if I go visit somebody's city, if I go somewhere, like let's say I go up to Sudbury, right? I'm gonna hit up my friend in Sudbury because that's my friend. There's no way I'm going up to Sudbury. I'm not gonna let him know that I'm in Sudbury. Shout out to Rusty.
100%.
But there's no way I'm gonna go up Sudbury and not let him know even if once I know I'm coming up there, I'm gonna let you know, hey buddy, I'm coming up there. I'm gonna be on there such and such a date. Like, what you got going on, right?
No, I agree 100%. The funny part about this story is I also have a mutual friend with this individual, and I'm pretty sure he reached out to them. And I'm pretty sure he reached out to that particular individual because I don't have a front, you see. The other individual does. And you know what the type of front I'm talking about. Yeah. Not saying, listen, I don't know whether they're doing anything or not, but the vibe I get from this individual, yeah, it's a totally different vibe. So I kind of spot that and kind of have to kind of take a step back and say, you know what, you guys go and do your thing. If you guys are buddies like that, rock on.
Hey,
it's just I found it funny.
It's no hard feelings. I just see what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just see what it is.
100%.
There's never hard feelings. Everything's a learning experience.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I took every friggin' thing to heart. I'm cutting off people, deleting people out of my phone.
Yeah, you were cutting off people left, right, and center when you were younger.
And then I got to a point where I was like, yo, I'm not even cutting. I don't cut anybody off anymore. All I do is give you rope until you fall off your own stool.
Yeah,
right? And you eventually fall off. You eventually fall off, and then you start saying, "Hey, what happened?" I'm like, "You happened. Nothing happened. I never changed. You changed. If you talk to me, sit down, same dude. Nothing's changed. You can ask people that knew me back in high school. Aside from, I would say, the emotional aspect of taking everything on, Aside from that, I've always been the same person. I always kept it real. If I liked you, I liked you. If I didn't like you, I'll tell you. I wasn't bullshitting. I don't do fake. Fake is not my thing. I don't fake it till I make it. I don't believe in no faking till you make it. If you gotta fake it till you make it, you fake. You're an
Fake,
imitation copy,
fake. I don't do fake. I
right?
don't do fake, right? I don't do fake. So don't come around me. You know me. I'm so real that if you come around me with fakeness, my realness will expose your fakeness, right? My realness will expose your fakeness. I got a situation going on right now where people think that they played. But you play with the wrong one, you're actually gonna play yourself, and I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do shit because my realness will expose your fakeness. You made the wrong move with the wrong one, and you're going to soon find out. I'm just gonna sit back and relax and watch the show and enjoy with a big ass grin on my face, right? And every time I see you, I'm gonna be laughing. I'm pointing. No, I'm not gonna point. I'll just laugh because you're a clown.
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, my big thing is I ignore the people that want my attention. And I say that in the most sincerest form because you're not worth my energy.
Yeah,
You don't get,
my
you're
energy.
not worth my energy. You don't get my time of day, as they would say,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
And I
So
gotta, and the thing for me is I'm not about the drama. I'm not about like being extra and all that shit. Like, I'll just let you know I know what it is, or I'm hip to the game, and that's it. I'll just sit back, and I'll sit back and watch everything play out and be like, because karma never loses an address. That's one thing. Karma never
facts.
loses an address, right? So I'm of the opinion, like, when somebody, whether it be a friend or a family member or whatever, coworker, whatever, if I'm in a situation where I have been betrayed or whatever, I don't seek revenge. I don't seek revenge because I personally like good karma, right? And I treat people the way that I would like to be treated. So if you're gonna do dumb shit, all that's gonna happen is karma's gonna come back and get you. I don't need to seek revenge. You'll fuck yourself on your own, right? And I've watched that play out for many people. And I will continue to do that for my life. It's entertaining. It's
I'm
entertaining.
gonna I'm gonna actually segue into that. And another thing that I thought about was family, older family members turning their back on people that can assist. This is probably on a scale of 1 to 10, it's an 11 on stupidity. When you are close to retirement age and you decide you want to turn your back on everybody and then cry about it by yourself after you've told everybody, for lack of better English, to go F themselves, you have nobody to blame but your damn self. You can't sit there and play victim. You're victimizing people and turning around and playing a victim, which is bullshit. Oh, I don't have any help.
That
Nobody
usually
wants
happens
me.
with narcissists. That's usually how narcissists move.
It's really disgusting.
That is a definite trait of a narcissist, and it is what it is. It's sad because I have a situation like that with a family member, right? And I love him to death. That's my family, right? But he's doing the same thing, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do to help the situation to make it better. But it's not just on me. It's very hard to help somebody who does not want to help themselves. It's very, very difficult to help someone who doesn't want to help themselves, right? And what do? Force the situation on them? Because I feel like even that can go left, in a way that I don't want it to.
100%.
Now, imagine like you have this elderly family member, right? And we're Black, right? That's obvious.
You
And
sure?
you want to do a wellness check, for instance, right? And you know how some people can be just ignorant, they don't want the help, and they'll be belligerent. Well, that could turn into another situation that could really go left real quick. I don't want that. So what do? Right? You keep pushing me away, pushing me away, pushing me away. And everybody else that loves you, because there are a ton of people that love you, there are a ton of people that, want to be there for you, but you're pushing everybody away. All I can do is just continue to let you know that you're loved, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, I totally get it. It's unfortunate, and you kind of wish people would look at the bigger picture. And you kind of, you know what? Everyone says age is wisdom, and age is not wisdom.
Not
You can have a
wisdom.
70-year-old man that still views the world the same way he did at 20 years old. And all he did was he just wasted 50 years of his life, right? Didn't learn a damn thing. So wisdom is learning from experiences and other people's experiences as well, and incorporating that knowledge to make sure you make sound and healthy decisions. And there's a lot of people that don't understand that concept. It's this very simple concept. Do I make mistakes? Oh shit, I make a ton of mistakes.
All make mistakes. We
all make these mistakes.
It's about learning from them. It's about learning from them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any regrets. I've been through some shit in the last couple of years, in the last few years. You know what I mean? Especially in the last year, some weird shit. But I don't have any regrets. I might be feeling right now like that scene in, you know, that scene in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective where he realizes Einhorn's a man and he had already kissed her. And he's like over the toilet trying to puke up whatever he's got in his system. He's plunging his face. He's chewing a whole pack of gum. Yeah, I feel like that right now. But I don't have any regrets. I just feel like I need a spiritual cleansing. That's all. I got some sage in the office. I'm gonna smudge in a bit. Once we're done here, I'll smudge. I might bathe in some Epsom salt, some vinegar. Like, I don't know. Trust me. The shit that I found out. I'm like, no, boy. But hey, you know, you live and you learn, and you exit stage the fuck left. You exit stage the fuck left.
For real talk, man. Real talk.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So, yesterday I sat in on a little session, right? And I want to talk about, I sat in a little discussion with a friend of mine who had family court yesterday. Let's talk about these daddies or these fathers or these donors. And because you are a father, and I know you're a dedicated father and a good father, I'm gonna let you start because I'll let you offend the people and I'll just jump on the bench.
As Drake said in Back to Back, cause it's weighing heavy on my conscience. And you left the boy no options. And this is pretty much what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go insane. Because here's the thing. Child support does not equal you being a man. Okay? So whether you pay, that's just your minimum responsibilities. Minimum as a father. Okay? No, some of these people, some of these dudes out here think paying their child support, I'm doing a big thing. Okay, you pay. Do you ever look for your child? Are you forced to pay this? See, these are the things I look at. And women, I'm sorry, I have to point fingers at you sometimes because these individuals that are out there, they're letting you know exactly who they are, and you turn around and you have a child for them. And you know what? I have to point my fingers at you as well. Whether people want to cancel me or get upset, hey, you can always look in the mirror because there's always fault to be blamed. But without further ado, my whole thing with the whole child support thing, you can't go around pretending to be a father or telling everybody mother's doing this, mother's doing that. I'm not going to pay child support as a result of the mother. When in reality, you're the asshole. Okay? It'll get found out. You'll get found out. You'll get exposed. You get exposed in court. Your family will expose you if they're honest, because some families ain't honest enough to say that their child. Some families ain't honest enough to say that their child's a piece of shit. The people don't want. A lot of parents don't want to admit their kid's a piece of shit. But the reality is, if your kid's a shit, they're a piece of shit, right? And to me, if you don't want to look after someone that you had a hand in creating, you are the lowest form of scum. The only thing that you're not lower than is actually you're probably on the same level as a cockroach. Because I look at you part of the same. Go for it.
So, okay, in terms of these guys that say, oh, well, you know, if the woman makes the decision to keep the baby, then that's not on me. I don't want to pay child support. That's not my decision. You made a decision not to wrap it up, and you made a decision to bust inside the woman. So that's two decisions that you made that contributed to the situation. Now, if she decides that once she finds out that she's pregnant, she doesn't want to kill your child or kill her child, right? That's a moral decision. That is a moral decision, right? So for you to say, oh, because she didn't sacrifice her body, because you don't know what kind of stress that puts on the body to have an abortion, right? Or even to take a Plan B pill, because you're only supposed to do that so many times in life. I've never done it. I've never taken a Plan B. I've always been of the opinion, I make my bed, I lay in it. I make my bed, I lay in it. If I make a dumb decision to have unprotected sex with somebody and I end up with an unwanted pregnancy, for me, first of all, no pregnancy is unwanted because every child is a blessing. The situation may not be ideal, but for me personally, if I were to get pregnant, it would not be unwanted. So right off the hop, I'm keeping it no matter what, right? Even if you fuck off or I have to fuck off of you, I'm keeping it. Because if you come, there's two words you say to me that you cannot come back from, right? And that's the N bomb and the A word, abortion, right? You drop that word to me, that's the last conversation we're gonna have. If you decide later on that you want to be a part, you can contact me. I'll be civil, right? I will let you be a part of your child's life, but I ain't chasing you. I will never chase you, right? But just know that if anybody asks, I'm gonna tell the truth because that's who I am. I keep it real all the time. A deadbeat is a deadbeat is a deadbeat, right? And deadbeat's not, like you said, it's not just about paying the money, right? The child needs the time more so than the money. The child needs to know who you are, right? And if you're gonna go around dropping all these seeds and having all these kids running around that don't know you and you're okay with that, that's a you problem. You have a character flaw. You have a character flaw. You know what I mean?
100%.
Continue, sir, because you're on a roll and I like it.
No, it's mainly, all I'm ultimately getting at is we're all adults, okay? Whether people want to admit it or not, we're all adults and we're all responsible for the actions that we do. We're all responsible for the actions that we take. So, I mean, we live in a society where people feel they have a social platform and they feel this power that they can say and do whatever they want without penalty. So regardless of whether you want to be judged or not judged, you are judged based on what you say. So if you're going to say something and do, so if you're going to say something and do something, at least be intelligent about it. Or if you mess up, own it. I say all this to say everything at the end. If you, as a man, decide to even have a one night stand with somebody, and this individual gets knocked up, don't badmouth. Even if she's around the way, girl, don't trash her because you decided to take your turn.
You slept with her unprotected.
You decided to take your turn. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. So I can't co-sign that, and I'm not here. Like I said, I don't care either side. Like it's your business. It's whatever you want to do with your life. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna call yourself a man, you gotta be
a man. Be a man. Exactly.
That's all it is.
A man, be a man. Exactly. That's exactly.
Gotta be one.
Right? And don't be like in and out, in and out, in and out. That's not it. That's not it. And when I hear guys talk about, oh, I don't. You brought up, I don't pay child support because my baby. But what about the ones that I don't see my kid because my baby mother's my baby mother's like this, or she's a bitch, or she's a psycho, or da 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 da. What does that have to do with the child? What does that have to do with the child that didn't ask to be here? Right? So just because, and I've lived through situations where, things are being done to keep the father away from the child. And if the father wants to be a father, he will fight for that child, no matter what. If he wants to be a father, if he is a real father and he wants to be a father, he will fight for that child. Why is it that women are so, you can't tell a woman, oh, da, da, da. You think the police could tell the woman, oh, don't call, don't do this, stay away from the child. She's fighting. She's willing to go to jail to fight for her kid, right? But men don't have that same attachment.
Good, and listen, let's not the good mothers, right? So let's not blanket everybody. I don't want to blanket everybody because there is some shitbag mothers out there as well too that I would definitely wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire because they're that shit, right? So I don't want to come out. Hold on, I don't want to come out here saying I'm bashing just the males. Right now, I'm pissing on shit parents, period. I'm only picking on the males right now because of the child support aspect in most cases. But don't think shitbag mothers get a pass on that either. Like if you're shit,
Okay.
if you're a shitty parent, you're a shitty parent, period.
You're a shitty
Right?
parent. Yeah. Yep. And like I said, it's not just about the child support, it's the time too, because a lot of guys pay child support, but they don't spend the time, right? And I'm sure you've seen it in your lifetime, right? What that can do to a child, what kind of effect that can have on the child. Yeah, they're paying the money, but are you around? Are you involved? How does that help? Paying the money doesn't make you a father. It's like these celebrities that have these babies, behind their wives' backs and stuff, and they don't want to be a father to the child, but they'll pay the money. They'll pay a shit ton of money, but they're not actually involved in the child's life. That's not any better. You have to
You
do
want to hear the
both.
classic? One of the classic lines I heard, yo, fam, I buy my kids a pair of Jordans.
No, I took them to Wonderland. I took them to Wonderland. Like some dudes pick up the child and they think it's all about playtime. Like, what fun things can we do today? Right? You still have to teach the child stuff. You're gonna put all of that on the mother and then complain about how the child turns out. Oh, they're too much like the mother. Da 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 da. That's another thing. If you know the mother's trash, first of all, that's your business for having a baby with her and knocking her up in the first place, right? But if you know the mother's trash, why are you leaving her to be the sole influence on your child? Especially if you think you can do better, why would you not step in and try to do better? Try to have some sort of other influence on the child rather than this trash of the child seeing all the time. I went out one night and I was at a club. I went to the bathroom, and when I went to the bathroom, there's this chick on the phone, and I'm in the stall doing my thing, and all I'm hearing is, what? No, that's my daughter. Yep, that one's my daughter. No, she wasn't missing. She wasn't missing. Do you need me to come home in order for you to leave? And I realized she's on the phone with the cops. The cops are at her house and she's in a freaking club in the bathroom. Music's blaring in the background and she's talking about, oh, well, I'm on my way. I'm coming now. I'm coming now. But do you need me to be there for you? You can go. Everybody's good. My children, sometimes they're home by themselves, but there's always someone old enough to watch them. It's not all the time. And then when she comes off the phone, she's cussing. She's like, fuck. She goes, these kids, the police are always at my house. The police are, what the fuck are you in the club then? What are you doing in the club when you have these badass kids at home and the police are always at your house? So if you know that you have a baby mother like that, why are you leaving her to be with the kids all the time? You need to be more involved to make sure those kids come out straight, right? Because you don't want your daughter to be that one in the club. That next one that I see, she's barely, I don't even know if she's out of high school, man. Those ones that wear the little tennis skirts that only come down halfway down their ass. And you're supposed to wear booty shorts underneath, but you're not wearing booty shorts. Your ass cheeks are hanging out. And she knows her ass cheeks are hanging out because she's checking to make sure. I keep seeing the hand go back there to make sure that the ass cheeks are hanging out, right? And I look at them and I'm like, they definitely don't have father. She's not close to her dad. She got daddy issues. I see those ones, you got daddy issues. Because I'm about to be 47 years old and I'm not wearing anything in public that I cannot wear in front of my father. I don't give a shit. I have morals, values, principles, standards, and integrity. I'm not doing it. So when I see these young girls dressed like little sluts, like they're waiting for, the next John to come along, like it scares the shit out of me. And then worse, when I see those same girls running around with old men, right? They don't even realize that they're victims. And that these men are just fucking predators. Like it's disgusting. The lack of morals that people are running around with nowadays, So that's another reason why I think it's so much more important for fathers to be involved in their children's lives, because children need structure and they need it from both parents. And whether you're a girl or a boy, you can learn from both parents, right?
And I'm gonna actually just cut you before you go any further there.
Yeah.
You need structure from a good parent. So if you're if you're a piece of shit dad, you know what? Maybe it's just in your best interest to pay child support and stay the hell away. Because guess what? There ain't anything you're gonna learn good from this individual. If this individual is a piece of shit, at least do your bare bones, pay your child support. And the reason why I say that is some parents are bad influence on their kids.
Yes.
Some
That's what I
parents,
mean.
they're just bad influence. So I'm going all across the board here when I say this. Some parents, they're just bad influence. They don't know how to be parents.
Yeah.
They're bad.
Mhm.
You can't
Mhm.
change them.
Yeah.
Whether they go left or whether they go right, they just don't know how to go straight. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So you look at this type of situations as well too, and I see the frustration in whether it's a male or female, where they gotta be the sole parent. Kudos to you. I keep praying for you because I know it's not easy, but keep doing what you gotta do, right? Your job doesn't get
Exactly.
any easier. It's hard, but with that being said, keep doing what you gotta do.
Shout out to all the single parents. Shout out to the dedicated daddies, right? Shout out to the stand-up moms. Shout out. Shout out. We got to give them credit
100%.
because it's not an easy job. It is not an easy job. And I see people going through it, men and women. I see them going through it,
Yeah.
right? And people think that I pick sides. Oh, you're always on the side of the dude. No, I'm fair. I'm fair and I'm real. I'm fair and I'm real. So I'm not just gonna jump on a bandwagon. I'm objective. That's the other thing. I'm objective. So I call them how I see them. I'm too opinionated. So you might not want to hear what I have to say. It's not for everybody. Not for everybody.
On a
Definitely not
brighter
for the
note,
weak at heart.
on a brighter note, did you notice anything different about me?
Yeah, you shaved your face.
I totally messed up while shaving, and I just had to cut everything off. So my mustache, one side got too low, so I had to shave it all off. Then I looked at this, I started looking like a particular individual I didn't want to look like. So I was like, screw this, because cut everything off. So yeah, now I got this non-haired face that I got to try to grow back
It
hair
doesn't
in.
look
And
bad though.
it takes me a while to grow the hair back in because I'm not one of those guys. I ain't like Caucasians or Middle Easterns. Not to knock anybody, I don't get 5 o'clock shadow. I shave once a week, if that much. So it takes me forever to grow my hair back. So this gonna take me a while to grow back.
But it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. Because I mean, there's some, especially when they mess up the mustache, there's some men that can't not have a mustache. Like when my dad doesn't have a mustache, his mouth looks like a pussy. And I don't like it. I don't like it. There's been a couple of times where he messed up and had to shave the mustache altogether. I can't even look at him. I can't even look at him when he shaves his mustache because I'm used to my dad. My dad's always had a bushy mustache, right? So when he does it, and he has very thin lips, he doesn't have big lips, right? So it looks like a pussy. It looks like a pussy. And I don't want to see a pussy on my dad's face, right? No more than I want to see his face in a pussy. And I'll just leave it at that.
No more than him acting like one too. Sorry, I had to throw that jab in there. I'm sorry. Hey,
Notice I'm
shout
not
out
saying
Tim.
anything.
Shout out
I
Tim
love
either
my
way.
daddy. I'm
You
a
know I'm
daddy's
cool.
girl. Anybody who knows
You
me
know I'm
knows
cool
I'm
with
a
your
daddy's
pops
girl.
anyways.
Yeah.
So it's all good. It's all good.
We
I
were
mean
talking
no
to him up
disrespect.
until last night. Mm-hmm.
I mean no disrespect to him. So shout out to him either way.
Yeah. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to my pops. Love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. And I love you for being a stand-up dad. And I love you for not bringing young chicks around me. I told my dad, you ever like when him and my mom split up, I was like, listen, when you start dating, don't bring no chicks around me that are like close to my age. They'll get beat up. Like there's gonna be no respect. There's gonna be no respect. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. Because it's not like my dad's like 15 years older than me, where it could be, understandable. It's a 26-year age gap. You shouldn't be dating anybody around my age. But my dad is a man of morals. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He's gonna look at like, no, I can't talk to somebody that's close to my child's age. He's got those kind of morals. Not everybody's like that though. Not everybody's
So
like that.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not for or against, but at the end of the day, people do whatever the heck they want.
Of course they do.
Your moral compass is gonna be different from somebody else's moral compass.
Absolutely.
And I hear
a moral compass.
Hold on.
So,
I hear what you're saying 100%. So you just have to, if they don't align with your moral compass, just don't talk to them. Leave them alone. That's it.
yeah, but I'm referring to my father, right? I'm referring to my father. Because there are a lot of people out there, they're okay with that shit, right? And like we said, to each his own, right? But we're too opinionated over here and we're expressing our opinion, right? And I don't co-sign that shit. It's dirty as fuck. It is dirty. Okay. And even to go younger than your kids is even worse, right? But for my dad, it's not happening. It just would not happen. Even if he was that type of guy, it's not happening on my watch. That's all I'm saying. I told him, and he laughed about it, but he already knows he's not that guy, so it's not going to happen. He doesn't have to worry about it. So that's why we could laugh about it, right? It's just jokes. It's just jokes, right? No more than I'm going to date somebody my dad's age. You know what I mean? I'm not bringing that to my dad. I don't really think my dad's pretty cool. I don't really think he would have an issue with it. But in my mind, it would bother me. You know what I mean? I would feel a way about it. Like, you're my dad's age. I don't care how good you look. You're my dad's age. So I don't think I would go, maybe no more than a 10-year age gap between, or no less than a 10-year age gap between my dad and the other person, because there is only 26 years between us. So, and I am older, right? I'm pushing 50. So it's not that big a thing for me to date a 60-year-old at 47, right? But I'm not going to date someone who's 70 because that's too close to my dad's age. And that's just,
I'm not sure you'd want Wrinkle Buddy anyways either, right?
I don't think Wrinkle Buddy would want me.
Hey, listen. And I'm not dissing any seven. I'm just talking shit. So don't take it personal.
I have a lot of energy still, so
I don't want to diss anybody that's older. Listen, they could still be bucking like Rambo. I don't know, so I'm not dissing anybody. I'm just.
Well, you know how it is. Like when we learned in health class back in the day when they were actually giving health class at an appropriate age, we learned in health class that, you know, women reach their peak at a later age than males do. Like boys are at their peak when they're going into manhood, and women reach their peak later on in life, right? So for me, like, I'm in that range where my sex drive is a little higher than it was when I was younger, right? But at the same time, I'm not a horn dog, so I'm not going out there like looking for random dick. That'll never be me. Right? So I'm attracted to the person that I'm with at the time. That's the person I want. So if I want some from that person. If I'm not dating anybody, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not sitting here, oh my God, I'm so horny, I need to get to. No, I don't get down like that. That's not who I am. So I'm very cool with me, and I find other ways to entertain myself. Not everything has to be sexual. I like to laugh.
Karaoke.
I like to laugh. I like to sing, and I like to dance. You know me. I like to have parties for one at home. There have been many nights, like, look how many times you DJ'd for me over the phone, right? I'm listening to music that you're playing through the phone. I'm dancing around my place. I just love music. I love to enjoy myself, right? And that's
something I haven't done. I haven't played. I think the last time I played or DJ'd any kind of music was probably New Year's. I brought in New Year's playing music. I think I played for like 5 hours. I started at like 8 o'clock and I didn't finish till after 1. And it was just constant playing. The only time I took a break was for the countdown. Mm-hmm. Once the countdown came in, then I took a break. But outside of that, felt good. Felt good to get back into it, but I would not do it again on a regular basis.
Fair enough. But no, you play good music. Like a lot of these DJs nowadays, they play for themselves. You play for your audience, right? And you're very good at arranging the songs, and it flows. It really flows. You're really good at that. You've always been good at that, even before you started DJing. Like when you used to make like CDs for me and shit like that. Like you've always been good at arranging music. So yeah, props to you for that. Anywho, so it's been a great discussion. We hit some topics, you know, got a little bit political, might have pissed off a couple of people. We don't care. 2opinion8ed.
That's for Trudeau. Sorry.
Hey.
Just have to do it real quick.
Yeah, no. If he wins another election, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I cannot live through this shit anymore. Right? This is the only country that's doing this kind of nonsense, where they're trying to like totally eliminate women. No. I'm not having that.
Anyways, we're not gonna open that can of worms up. I just have to give my parting words to him before we finish this episode. One last thing I was gonna say, for all those staying home to watch a movie, go get yourself some movie popcorn and walk out of the theater. That shit is amazing. I love
Awesome.
me some
That's
movie
just
popcorn.
awesome.
So I'm
Yep.
just
Yep.
that's my words for the week. Get yourself some movie
Get
popcorn
yourself
from
some
Cineplex
Cineplex
Odeon. None of
popcorn.
this
Yeah.
smart stuff, smart food, none of this
Yeah.
kernels.
No,
Go
none
straight
of
to
this Orville
Cineplex Odeon.
Redenbacher
Get that popcorn.
microwave nonsense. No. Get the pop shit. Get that
Get the
pop
real
shit.
popcorn.
Get the real popcorn, right? Like, no, we're popcorn fanatics, right?
100%.
Craving for popcorn. I feel like popcorn. Okay, what's showing in the theater? We don't choose movies we want to watch. We feel for popcorn. We're like, okay, what's showing in the theater, right? And if there ain't nothing showing, we'll just go get the popcorn and come the hell home. It is what it is. But yes. So to everyone out there, be safe, enjoy life, and be good to yourselves and others. Be good to yourselves and others, and just try to work on keeping it real. Try to work on keeping it real. It's so much
100%.
easier. So much easier. Less draining, less energy expended. Keep it real. Until next time. Until next time.
Another day.
Peace out.